Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday, April 7th. Guess what? We have learned all the material that I needed to teach you in Unit 7. That means that the next few days we're going to be working on reviewing all of the skills that we have been learning for at least the last month, okay? All of the positive and negative number word problems, the absolute value, the graphing, the reflecting, the ordering, what digit is greater than, less than, or equal to another. All that will be on your test. So grab your calendar, mark this date. Your Unit 7 test is on Thursday, April 16th. Today is April 7th. So you have a lot of days of notice to start preparing, all right? So start going back to your Unit 7. Start from the very beginning. Pull out those number lines. Look at your vocabulary. Start reviewing every day, okay? So we're going to be doing several study guides. Today we're going to start on the first one, all right? So, but before we jump in for today, go ahead and let's take a look at your homework for finding area and perimeter of certain polygons that we did yesterday. You only had 3 problems for homework. Okay. So you can either pause it here or you can pull up the PDF file that's attached, like always. Okay, on number 2, we had to plot it out. You got a parallelogram. Then you need to state that it makes a parallelogram. Then you calculate the area, which the area for a parallelogram is base times height. You should remember that from Unit 5. And if you didn't remember that, I hope you went back to your notebook and looked it up. And C, on number 2, let's see. You had to find the perimeter, but you have these slants. So how do you find the perimeter of those slants? Well, you needed to remember back in Unit 5, I taught you that the formula of a parallelogram is very similar to the rectangle, which is the rectangle is area equals length times width, because we can cut off this piece and reposition it over here so that this slanted part would be gone, but it would be repositioned and it would fill in this space right here. So essentially it would recreate a rectangle. So I sketched out what it would look like if we repositioned it. And then I was allowed and able to find my perimeter. All right, and then the last one, you had to plot again some points. Oh, number 3 right there. Had to plot the points and figure out the entire area of that whole figure. I don't know if you spotted the trapezoid, but I did. So I saw 2 trapezoids. So I really just worked with the one that's not shaded. And then I shaded this one in so you could see the difference of where the second trapezoid would be. All right, so check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. I will be holding a Zoom meeting session sometime this week, probably Friday. Since Friday is a catch-up day, I feel like Fridays are good days for us to kind of get together and for you to ask me questions that you have struggled with throughout the week. Yeah. Okay, so that was homework for yesterday. We're not going to be learning anything new. All we're going to be doing now is just reviewing all the Unit 7 material. So you have one document for today, and it's going to be the same document for tomorrow. Why? Because it's a study guide, and it's long, 4 pages. So I'm going to want you to work on the first 2 today, work on 2 of them tomorrow. By Wednesday, the entire study guide should be done. And I will also post the answer key so that you can go back and look at your work. And I'll also be available to answer any questions, so feel free to email me, okay? All right, so what's our learning target for today? It's going to be that hopefully you can demonstrate mastery of Unit 7 integer skills on the study guide. Okay? Let's say that you forget certain concepts or you need a refresher. Guys, pull out your notebook. Look at all the work that we have done during the past few weeks. Use your notes. That's the reason that we take them, okay? So that we go back and review it when we need to. So I'm going to get you started, and then I'm going to leave you to work because it is a long study guide, and I want you to spend a good amount of time trying to get these questions correct. All right, so it is 4 pages. So for today, I want you to work on the first sheet and on the second page. Now, if you're feeling froggy and you want to go ahead and do a little bit more, feel free to do that. But the expectation is that you just do the first 2 pages, so half of the study guide today. All right, so I'm just going to get you started with the first 3 just to kind of get you warmed up and going, and then I'll leave you to work. So looking at number 1, it says, what integer best represents a withdrawal of $115? So at the very beginning of the unit, we spent a lot of time just looking at vocabulary words, words that represented positive and negative numbers. So if we look at this statement, what integer, that means which positive or negative number, represents a withdrawal, here's your key word, of $115. Well, what does that mean? Withdrawal means when you take money out of your account, so that the balance goes down because you've taken that money out, so it's not in your bank account to spend. So a withdrawal of $115 is represented by a negative 115. That is the integer that represents this situation. Okay. So number 2 is going to be a word problem. We did a lot of word problems this unit. The one about like the dolphin is above sea level and the starfish is below sea level. How many feet distance in between them? Those kinds of problems. So whenever you come to one of these word problems, you need to use your number lines. If a number line is not given to you, then draw one, make one, okay? Do not get these questions wrong just because you don't feel like drawing a number line. Use the number line. It will guide you to be able to move up, forward or backward, depending on what the problem is asking you to do, okay? We are using number lines to work out our problems. They can be horizontal or vertical, okay? Use the number lines. Let's go to number 2. The temperature was negative 5 degrees at 8 a.m. All right. Then it rose 8 degrees. I think I need that. It rose 8 degrees by noon. The temperature rose 2 more degrees by 5 p.m. and fell 10 degrees by 8 p.m. So by nighttime, it had fallen another 10 degrees. All right, what integer represents the temperature at 8 p.m.? So I'm going to use my handy dandy number line to help me navigate forward and backward to figure out what integer I land on. Okay, so where do we start? At the starting temperature, which was at negative 5 degrees. So I'm just going to put a little dot right here. That's my negative 5 degrees right here at 8 a.m. I'm going to label it 8 a.m. Then, so check, I used that up. Then it rose 8 degrees by noon. So rising 8 degrees, that means we're going to go forward by 8. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. So by noon, this is noon, it is 3 degrees, okay? It rose 2 more degrees by 5 p.m. So I'm going to make the temperature rise 2 more degrees. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So now I'm at 5 degrees, and that is at 5 p.m. Okay, so I'm right here, I'm at 5 degrees, and fell 10 degrees by 8 p.m. So now I have to make the temperature go backward because the temperature is falling. So I'm going to use the space underneath. So we're here, I have to make it go back 10 degrees. So I'm here at 5 p.m., go back 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 degrees, made it fall. This represents 8 p.m. So now let's answer the question. What integer represents the temperature at 8 p.m.? Look at my number line. The temperature at 8 p.m. is 5 degrees. Sorry, that's a positive. That's a mistake. I want it to be a what? Negative. So the temperature at 8 p.m. is negative 5 degrees. Okay. You see how easy it is to make a little mistake? Even a professional does it. So you need to be on your P's and Q's and really be paying attention to what you're doing, because that little sign, although it seems insignificant, it does mean a lot of very different things, okay? So negative 5 degrees. All right, so use your number line. I'll do number 3 with you, and then I'll leave you alone to work, okay? So number 3 says, graph, here we go, number 3. Number 3 says, graph the integer 5 and its opposite on the number line. So I'm going to make a number line. I have to graph the number 5 and its opposite. So I'm going to put 0 in the middle. I'm going to put 5 right there. That's positive 5. Now, how do I know if a number is an opposite to another? Well, they have to be the same distance apart from 0. So positive 5 is 5 units to the right. That means that its opposite has to be 5 units to the left. So negative 5. So graphing it means you're going to place a dot and you're going to make your number line. And there we go. So did I graph number 5 positive? Yes, I did right there. And its opposite? Yes, over here. Okay. All right, you guys, so that's it for today. You're going to work on the first half of the study guide. So you're working on 1 through 13 today. All right, and we're just going to stay on the study guide for a couple of days. All right, you guys, good luck. Use your notes, okay? If you stumble on anything, email me. I'm here to help you. Bye, guys. Good luck.